Well, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to episode 4 of the Z Roll Podcast.
I'm counting in Spanish to 4, and I was like, I can't. What is 4 again? And I was like, uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Yes.
Cuatro.
Good job.
Episode cuatro. Here we are.
Good job, Lacey. Here we are is right. And I, if you're watching this on YouTube and the video podcast, I just gave the most awkward wave I think I've ever given in my entire life.
Did you?
I looked at you guys and I just did one of those. It was just it felt weird.
Yeah.
So I apologize if I creeped anyone out. Like I want
Let's
to
just
admit
get that out of the way.
Yeah, I want to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong there. Very wrong. Anyway, so we usually start our podcast with a icebreaker.
Yes.
But we decided to kind of we've done like a couple serious podcasts the last couple. And so we're like, you know what? We're going to just do kind of more of a fun, lighthearted podcast.
Yeah.
But I think it still is kind of serious at the same time. But because this podcast, I feel like is kind of like a big icebreaker.
It really is.
I think we're not going to do an icebreaker in the beginning because we're just going to get right into it because it's just a big icebreaker.
Right. And you'll see when we get there, because I feel like everything we talk about, like you guys could chime in if it was a conversation, be like, yeah, I know. So it's going to be one of those.
It's going to be one of those. And we may even do a part 2 of one of these. Just depends.
Maybe.
We'll see. But anyway, without further ado, Lacey, what are we doing today?
So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking all about...
Oh, really formal.
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is quite a formal podcast.
It is.
So I don't know if you've heard
It's
it's
one of the most formal ones out
3.
there.
Anyways, today we are talking about pet peeves. Pet peeves.
Yeah.
And we are talking, this has been on our list to do since we've decided to do a podcast. So we're like, let's do the pet peeve one. And then I was like, what is the definition of a pet peeve? So I go to vocabulary.com. You guys ready for this?
Wait. Vocabulary.com. That sounds very official.
It is.
We have an official podcast
It is.
and an official URL. Here we go.
So I've always known like a peeve, like an annoyance, but I'm like, why do they call it a pet peeve? So here we go. A peeve, as I said, is an annoyance, and a pet peeve is an annoyance that's nurtured like a pet. It's something someone can never resist complaining about. You just can't resist the urge.
That's a very good definition.
So
because it is like that. It's like
it really
you just
is.
Can't let it go.
No.
Yeah.
You can't. So we're going to be talking about some general public pet peeves we have with everyday life. And then we're going to talk about ones we have with each other.
And the cool thing about this
it's
is
gonna be good.
We haven't we've shared the public list with each other, but we haven't shared the list about each other yet. So
and it's been funny because we've
been very dangerous.
Over the weekend, writing them down, and if something happened, we're like, oh, I'm writing that down. We're like, what are you writing down over there? I don't know. So I'm really interested because we have 5 each. Correct?
Yeah,
okay.
we do.
You didn't break the rules there?
No, I need to get my phone actually.
Okay.
I have, but actually I did think of a couple. That's why I said maybe we should do a part 2. Because I was
thought of more?
Well, you know.
It actually took me some time to think about these, and I only had 3 forever.
This is the thing. They say when someone passes, you'll miss the pet peeves.
100%. I know. Because when you're out of town,
let's just say this. We know this for a fact. Wait, what?
Well, because when you're out of town, I'll be like, oh, we'll get into some of them later. Okay. But it's like you miss it, even though it drives you nuts.
Like, for example, our poor dog Boston passed away. Yeah. Right. And we miss all the things that we hated.
Things. Exactly.
Yeah. So, this is more of a thing where it's like, hey, look, I know you live here. And I know you know what I mean?
I see you.
I'm validating you. This is what we're doing.
That's what it truly is today.
I'm validating you.
And also we were talking before we dive into it, on Instagram Reels, TikToks, whatnot, there's a trend going around where they'll show things of, kind of annoyances with husbands and wives. And it's funny because I would see some of those and I'm like, I thought I was the only one that dealt with that in my life. You know what I mean? So it's also kind of a thing to be like, you're not alone. We're here. We understand you. And this is how we get through it is we laugh through it and talk about it. So let's do it.
Let's go. So
are we starting with public or each other?
Let's do public.
Okay,
let's
cool.
do public.
Okay.
So, Lacey, what is the first public one?
Okay, this is something we both agreed on. I'm going to go into that one.
I think all of them we agreed on, actually, for the public.
One of mine is a little bit more just personal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
We'll see what you have to say.
Let's go for it.
Because I did mention to you, so we'll see if you remember. Anyways, first one would be people talking in movies, in shows, in performances, and they think they're the only one in the movie, in the show. So we love going to movies. Love it. Like we went to way too many movies when we were dating. I kept all the ticket stubs and added it up. Anyways,
I think in the summertime we added it up and it was like over $1,000 worth of movies.
But we love going to movies.
Apparently.
But nothing bothers us more when we're in a movie, because when you go to a movie, when you go to a show, you want to enter that world, you know. And so when things from the outside world are coming in, you're just like, can I help you? Like, it's just, there's nothing more
when you go to
irritating.
So when you go to the movies, you expect you have some expectations.
Yeah.
And you expect to go into the bubble of a movie. You get the popcorn, you get the soda, and you sit down and you want to,
cozy seats they
cozy
have now.
seats, and you want you just want to be like, what is the word I'm looking for?
Like
I was gonna say transform. I was gonna say embrace. That's not what I'm saying, but immersed. There we go. Embraced by the
teamwork.
Movies. Yeah, you want to be immersed, and then that's what happens. Yeah, when someone starts talking, or even they pull out their phone, and their phone is like on the brightest setting known to man, and it just like blinds you. You're just like, can you just put your phone on Do Not Disturb for like 2 hours of your life?
Right.
You know, I get there's emergencies and stuff. I get all that. But just leave the theater.
Right.
I remember this one guy, he took a phone call in the theater. He's like, hello, hey.
Frank?
Yeah. I'm in the movies right now. It's like, yeah, get out of here. Like, just go take it out there. Like, just leave, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that is definitely one of ours is like, just go home and watch a movie.
Right.
You know?
Or just even like shows. I go to the Nutcracker Ballet with Justin's mom and his sister-in-law, my sister, every Christmas. And we love it. And it's just like, it's so beautiful, and just the music and the costumes. And it's just, nothing's worse than you're just in the Nutcracker world. And then people are like, pss, 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 pss. I'm like, I can hear you. Like, the whispers are so
I honestly feel like
it drives
this is another pet peeve.
nuts.
Like, I feel like these pet peeves are just gonna grow. Another pet peeve of mine is whispers, because I feel like whispers are just as loud as just talking.
Right, especially
it's, like,
when you're watching like the
ear-piercing.
Nutcracker where there's no talking. It's like
ear piercing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
like,
I know. Yeah.
Rather than just be like, hey Frank, give me the popcorn. Rather than like, hey, and take this whisper, like ear piercing. I don't know.
Right.
I do feel like when people try to be quiet, it's funny to me, because some people do not have a quiet voice at all.
No.
And their whispers are like, hey. It's funny.
It is.
Anyway, okay, that's our first pet peeve for the public. Let's move on, because we got some.
Moving
moving
on. We do.
Okay.
Next one we talked about is people stopping in front of you while you're walking.
Goodness.
Now we can talk about a couple places where it's really bad.
Like, why? Can I just
really
ask
bad.
the question, why? And I think it leads back to the movie one. I think people really think that they're the only people walking this earth.
Right. Maybe.
I just think people are selfish, to be honest. And I get it. Like, I'm not trying to like shame anyone, or I'm not going there. I'm just saying though, like, people are definitely in their own little world.
Yes.
And they forget that there's people literally right behind them.
Right.
So 2 places that we notice it the most is Disneyland and Costco.
Exactly.
Like, people will start. You want to explain
Well,
this?
I was going to say, it's gotten to the point where you and I will just look at each other and we won't even say anything. We're just like, because we're talking about, like, for example, you're in the parks, we're, pushing the stroller. I just assume there's always people behind me if I'm walking down Main Street. Of course,
Of course.
Main Street's the worst. But if something happens,
I understand if you have like the like, if we're talking about Disneyland, you have like the stroller crack incident.
Oh, for sure.
I get that one. It's like
the stroller wheel goes in the train.
You guys know
the hole.
You know if you know.
That happens, and everybody knows.
Yeah, everyone knows.
But
I'm not talking about those accidents.
No.
I'm talking about they just full on stop
to have a conversation about where they should go or something.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Yeah. So we've had times where you have to stop. I'm like, okay, the boys need something in the stroller. Junie's crying. We talked about you do the slow merge to the side.
Yeah.
And you deal with what you need to do because
do the slow merge.
You assume there's somebody behind you. I do not just stop mid Main Street and fix the problem because I know somebody's walking behind me.
It's funny. Tucker just walked in the room, and I feel like every podcast we have done, Tucker has made an appearance.
Has he now?
Like,
hey, buddy.
He knows we're doing the podcast, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm showing my face." So anyway,
you gotta do it.
Anyway, so the slow merge, to the right or to the left, whatever, and but you always know someone's behind you, and so you do that out of courtesy, and then you deal with what you need to do, and you look behind you, make sure even when you're merging, you're looking behind you, make sure you're not cutting anyone off as well. It's like you just are aware,
right? There's been so many times where we're just walking and somebody is in front of us, they just dead stop, and it's not like something happened. Like I get it, things drop, whatever, but they're just like, hey, did you want to actually go to Tomorrowland instead of Fantasyland? I'm like, you had to stop right there to say that, just things like that. And Justin and I will just look at each other. We're just like, and I'm just sitting there waiting, and I'm just like, drives me nuts. Happens at Costco all the time, too.
All the time.
So,
hey, Tucker, what's up, buddy? Need something? Okay, you guys just want to say hi? Okay, he says hi. Tucker says hi. He's just like staring off the camera. So, can you even see him?
I don't see him.
Anyway, this is awesome. Okay, so everything is awesome. Remember that
Lego movie?
Lego movie?
Yeah.
That's cool. So anyway, okay, I think honestly we may have to do like a pet peeve Disney edition.
That would be,
because there's a lot of pet peeves I have in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so moving on. Next one.
So the next one was mine. I feel like more personal, but you could feel this way. But that would be merging on the freeway. And I don't know. I think this may just be in Idaho because let us know. Like, does this happen in your place of living? Right. Because sometimes Idaho drivers, I don't know. Anyways, taking Landon to school, get on the freeway, and it's always busy, but when people don't know how to merge, it drives me crazy because literally people are at like a dead stop, and I'm like, you shouldn't be stopping. Like, everybody should be moving, like slowly moving. That's why you merge. As I say, it's like zipping a zipper. Yeah. You're just slowly going up, but people would just stop. And I'm just like, what is going on? And then there's the lane that goes onto the freeway for quite some time. Mm-hmm. Nobody will use that. And they just sit there and stop. And
I think too, the people, like the people who are driving on the freeway need to be looking out for the people who are merging, onto the freeway. So they need to be aware. They either need to like get over or just kind of like slow up a little bit. But I just, you know what I mean? Like, just if everyone was just have courtesy for the other person, everything would be fine. Right. It just would. But there are those people who literally take like an hour and a half to merge. And it's almost like they're Tucker. Like, it's not Tucker's gone. This is so boring. he's like, I thought that was gonna be really cool, but no. But yeah, it's almost like the thing is there's a stop sign. Stop sign, yeah. And there's not. Mm-hmm. So that's another pet peeve. Do you have another one for the public? I think we could talk about a lot of things with the road, but those were the three I had. Okay. For public. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's just stop there. I think honestly though, we should do a pet peeve Disney style. That'd be fun. Because we do have a lot. Mm-hmm. But let us know if you guys agree with any of those. If you want to interact with us, you can go to our YouTube channel, and that's how you'll interact. Comment below there. But let us know if you have any more like pet peeves, like the public pet peeves, if you will. Yes. And but yeah, let us know if you agree with it. I think the biggest one out of all of those, though, is the stopping in front. Yeah. Like at Costco or Disneyland. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. Every single time, I'm just like, seriously? Like, seriously? Like, and it's just the fact that they're not even aware of their surroundings. And I always want to assume positive intent. 100%. Like, I always want to make, like, maybe something happened. But then when I realize nothing happened. Which is the majority of the time. It's like 99.9%. I'm just like, seriously? Mm-hmm. Do you guys, like, there's other, anyway. Yeah. All right. Those are some pet peeves. Let's move on to the pet peeves that we have with each other. Because that's why we're here. That's why everyone's here. That's why everyone's here. Actually, everyone's like, I didn't even know you're doing this podcast till today. So, but anyway, do you want to start? Or do you want me to start? You start. Okay, so go right ahead. Number one. Okay, number one.
Here it is. And mine are not ranked in any kind of order of annoyance.
Mine aren't either.
Okay, good.
They're all the same annoyance level.
For sure.
Which is like extreme.
Again, you're just petting that peeve.
If you're watching the video podcast, Lacey's literally petting the air at this point.
Nurturing
It's kind of weird, to be honest, so we're going to move right on. Okay, I think this one was hilarious because I have an illustration with this one. Okay, so I want to move past these pretty fast. We're already at 15 minutes, and I want to bore people with our voices.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, because that can happen. Boring people with your voices. It can happen. It does happen. It's happening now. Moving on. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so there was a time.
What's your number one? Are you
I'm going to tell it right now. I'm going to tell the story first, the origin of it.
All right.
Okay, there was a time when I get home and Lacey's shoes are just everywhere. Like just everywhere. And it was funny though on this specific occasion is because she had her shoes for every single occasion. Tucker's back. Hello, Tucker. And so she had her flats that she wore for school as a teacher. Well, she had her tennis shoes because she went to the gym that morning as well. Mm-hmm. And she also had her slippers in the morning before she even left. And then she even had high heels on because she went to a funeral that day. So literally you get home and there's a whole row of shoes from slippers to tennis shoes to flats to high heels just in the middle of the walkway. And this just, this is my pet peeve, is that her shoes are always in the middle of the walkway. And there's several of them.
I can't even argue this because I remember that time.
Multiple times. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you just never know. You never know when I need a different pair of shoe, pair of shoe that day, and who wants to go back to the closet and get it when it's like it's right here ready to go.
Do you want to pay for an ER visit for me tripping over all your shoes?
Okay, that was one time with all of those.
That was an extreme because it was all like back to back to back to back.
Well, I remember we laughed about it later because you were like, "This was your day in shoes." It was like gym, work. You had a funeral.
This was your whole day.
Slippers. I was like, I know.
That was just the illustration. But the reality is, if you go in our house right now, you're going to see your slippers in the middle of the walkway.
Actually, I'm wearing them, so.
Okay, so they're not there anymore, but they'll be put back there.
False.
But it's like in the middle. That's the funny thing about it. It's not just off to the side. Like literally, we just talked about merging to the left.
Yeah.
You don't merge your shoes to the left. You just stop right in front of everybody. Here you go. Oh, there's Lacey. She just takes them off.
Home.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's my first pet peeve.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
That's a good one.
Hit me.
And can't argue.
I feel like we're like roasting each other.
Roasted.
In a safe environment.
Is that episode of The Office? Oh, yeah, when they do the roasting.
100%.
Okay, anyways. My first one I have for you would be leaving / draping your clothes on the floor / on the tub. So Justin has this thing and his clothes aren't dirty, so they don't go in the hamper.
Yeah.
But you don't want to hang them back up again because you may wear them again sometime that week. So he just lovingly drapes it over the toilet, or not the toilet.
Exactly
sorry, the tub. Gross.
Yeah, the toilet.
or the floor, and it drives me crazy because I literally will just pick it up. I'm like, is this sturdy? No. Okay. Does it belong here? No. Then hang it back up or put it in the drawer. But it's very, very difficult for him to do this.
It's not difficult. I just don't see the point.
Okay, there is a point. Just like there's a point to me putting my shoes away. You need to put your clothes back where they need to go. You obviously
don't see the point of your shoes putting it away, though, because it's still there.
Same with you. With your
clothes. I admitted I don't see a point.
Can I add a part B to this?
Sure.
Hats. Yeah. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they are everywhere.
Just like my day with shoes, you have hats all over. You have your church hat, you have your work hat, you have this hat, you have this hat.
Church hat, actually.
We have church hats.
I do have a church hat because it's branded with our Calvary Chapel Treasure Valley.
You have your vacation hats. So they just are like everywhere. And I've tried to find places for your hats and organize your hats, and you still are just like, no, I really much rather have them all over the house.
Okay, I feel like we can explain our pet peeve for a little bit, right?
Of course.
So I'm going to explain this.
Go ahead.
I drape my hoodie or my jeans over the toilet, as Lacey would say.
The tub.
And because I wear them the next day.
Do you though?
Sometimes. Maybe I'll skip a day.
Or two.
During the week, it gets used.
Okay.
So that's why I don't see the point.
All right.
So I don't think we're trying to change each other. We're just like calling them out, and maybe by a lot of prayer, they will be changed. Is that what we're trying to do here? We're just kind of getting them off our chest.
Yeah. And I think like we said at the beginning, it's just, you know, sometimes, and we've talked a lot about habits lately because we're reading Atomic Habits. And there are some things that we both are like, wow, I'm working on this and doing this to help it better. And you are too. But there's just some things that we just kind of like, that's part of our habits too, that, you know, some we're trying to break and some it's just like, you have to have grace for each other because it's just like, you know, I'm sorry. You know, so occasionally I hit somebody with my car, sue me. You know what I mean?
You're like with the Office references right now.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, it's just like we all have our things.
Yeah, totally. By the way, if you have not watched, if you have not listened, or if you have not read, I should say, Atomic Habits, it's a great book. Yeah. It's a great book. And Tucker is about to leave again. So goodbye, Tucker. Okay, so my next one, here we go for you, is this is something that I don't think you realize, and I get so mad every morning. And this, Tucker, man, he's just, I think he like loves the entrance.
Maybe.
Like Tucker loves the entrance and loves the exit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
That's your son.
It is totally my son. So this is the thing. Is your hair...
Sorry, I'm looking at your notes. And it says Lacey Peeves.
Lacey Peeves.
My peeves.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
It's your hair dryer.
My hair dryer?
Listen. So what happens is you have your hair dryer plugged in, right? And then you got to cool it or whatever. Your excuse is here. And the problem with it is we share we share a middle drawer. Like the top drawer, we share this drawer.
We do.
And it has like our, you know, whatever. I don't need to tell you what the contents of the drawer is. It's just toothpaste crap, whatever.
Yeah.
And but the cord ever so slightly just kind of goes on the corner of the drawer. So whenever I open the drawer, it hits the cord and the hairdryer falls down and falls on my feet every single time. And I get so mad, even if it doesn't fall on my feet. The fact that it always falls to pick it up, I'm like, Lacey, just put it away or move it.
I know, but I have told you why. Because it needs to cool down. My straightener is like blasting hot sometimes.
Move it on the other side of the vanity.
There's not enough room. It's really skinny on that side.
Put it in the sink.
The sink?
Yeah.
I have to brush my teeth after.
Lacey, move the cord so it's not on the drawer. Okay. There's ways around this. Okay. But I think it's so funny how she gets all mad about my clothes on the tub and she leaves all of her hairdryer crap all over the vanity. All your cords.
That's another one. Like I'm getting a lot better putting my stuff away with that too. But when
not the hairdryer. Not the hairdryer, folks.
When you'd see my morning because I'd have like my hairdryer, my straightener, and it was just sometimes it's just out there.
It's always out there.
Maybe
I love how
I should invest in some cordless things.
I mean, do they have cordless hairdryers? Like battery operated hairdryers?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Or I could just put it away.
I love how you're not even denying it. You're just like, yeah, this happens.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next
That's
one? Hit
where
me.
We're at.
Hit me.
Here we go. Number 2, procrastinating with everything.
What?
So Justin is the king of procrastination.
But do I get it done?
You do.
You get it done.
But it still stresses me out. Welcome back, Tucker.
Jeez.
In or out, buddy?
Yeah, you gotta choose one. In or out? In? Out? Okay. You're gonna stay in? All right. Tucker's gonna stay in.
So when it comes to most things, I was trying to write down specific things, but it is a lot of your life. Mm-hmm. You know, big things coming up, you know, packing, all of it. If you've watched our vlogs, you know, he waits till the last minute. Does he get it done? Yes. Mm-hmm. Does he get it done well? Yes. But it drives me nuts because I plan and get everything prepared for months. And then it's like the last 11th hour and Justin just slides in and gets it done. And it's like,
sometimes you gotta,
why?
You slide in, get the home run. Slide in their home base.
To me. It's so incredibly stressful to me, especially when it comes to like school. So like I worked very much in college and high school, like things were done way in advance. Like, when's the due date? Okay, I'll get that done a week before. And Justin's like, when's the due date? I will get that the morning of or right before. You know, that's just how you've always operated. And and it's something I don't want to change about you. Cause like I said, like, oh, you know, you always get it done, but it drives me crazy that you procrastinate so much.
Let me just say,
just like get it done.
I do have an organization in my brain of how things are.
I know you do.
And there's a lot I have in my life.
Yeah.
And so sometimes things have to wait to the last minute.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of it.
Do they?
And my brain works better. You
have shared that with me, and I don't get it, but I get it.
How my creative brain turns on is on the 11th hour.
Yeah.
It just does. Like, I think clearly, I think more creative. Everything just happens in that 11th hour.
Yeah. Is it because you're like, I don't have any other choice, I have to get this done? Because there's times where you have to get things done and you're like, hey, like you're so good at procrastinating. You're like, let's go do this. I'm like, why don't you go study? Because you need to get that done.
I don't know what it is. Like I dream better. I goal set better. Everything's better in the 11th hour.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's a pet peeve of yours.
Oh, for sure.
But I feel like it's a strength of mine.
I bet you do. Okay, what's my number 2, 3? Where are we at?
Okay, we're at 3. Okay, congratulations, Lacey. You got up earlier than I did. Like, do I need to give you an award, like a medal?
Whoa.
Okay, let me explain.
What's going on right now?
So there's time. I usually get up earlier than Lacey. Well, this is the reason why is because usually Lacey's, up with, like, if Junie has a hard night or she's teething or something like that, Lacey will get up, and usually I have to get up to start work pretty early. Like I need to get to the gym by like 5 and get my day going and stuff. But there's those times when, like, I have the opportunity to sleep in a little bit. Lacey has to get up early because maybe she's subbing. And so she's having to get up earlier than I will. She wants everyone in the whole entire neighborhood to know that she is up. Like, she's like throwing on the light. She's slamming the doors. She's like brushing her teeth so loud. Like, I don't know why it's so loud.
Am I chewing?
Yeah, it's just like everything is like the decimals are up when she's up. When I get up earlier, I close the door really quietly, and when the door is shut, then I turn the light on, and everything is just so quiet and just like tiptoeing around. She just busts up the light on, like shines flashlights in my eyeball, and she's like grabbing my cymbals from my drum set and just crashing the cymbals. She's like, "Lacey's up!" Like, she's just like, it's hilarious to me, but it's also like, why?
Okay, I didn't realize that was that loud. But I do feel like if I'm up, everybody else might as well be.
See, that's my point. If there's truth in this, it's not over exaggeration.
There is. And have I argued with much of this? I've done some things.
I love how you haven't, but I've defended all of mine.
Well, because that's one of your giftings in life.
Okay, hit me for the next one.
Okay, so I think you're not going to get your way out of this one. I'm really excited.
Okay.
Good luck, because I have 5 other
Challenge
people in this house to attest to it that drives them all crazy. Ready?
Yeah.
Your obnoxiously dramatic yawns, sneezes. May I add the scratching of the throat during allergy season?
I can't help that.
Okay, no, you can. You can.
The exaggerated
but it's
yawn.
so obnoxious, you guys, like to the point where Landon now yawned the other day, and he did it like you, and you were like, oh my gosh, Landon. I was like, that is what you do. Can you just watch this right now and see what we've been dealing with? Cassidy can attest to it. Tucker, I'm sure, can. Juniper is already like getting annoyed. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so my thing about the yawn is that I do it to be funny. Like 100%. I don't do it just in public.
Do you see me laughing at the way you yawn ever? I just look at you in disgust. I'm like, can you be any more loud when you yawn? Like, Joey, can you? But it's just like, it's like,
is that a Friends reference now?
Yeah. It just lasts forever. And then when you sneeze, like after the sneeze,
so fun.
You make all these other noises.
It's so fun. I do it to annoy
it's so bad.
You and Cassidy, and it's my favorite thing.
I hate it so much.
I just love it. It's just I love frustrating you guys, because you guys are just fun to tease. Can I just say that though? Like, honestly, like some people, like, they're not fun to tease because they take it so offensive.
Right.
But you guys are just fun to tease, and so I love it. It just makes my day. I have a bad day. come home, I yawn. And it just feels so good in my soul. My soul just got massaged.
Did it?
Yeah, when that happens. You know what I mean? So,
and then also the noise he makes, because he gets really bad allergies. Like,
yeah, I agree with this one.
He has to like scratch his throat, and even the boys hate it. They're like, Dad, stop, and like plug their ears.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
That one you don't do to annoy us. You're like, I truly have to like scratch my throat.
You started saying allergy season, and now my whole face is like starting to
Eyes
itch.
are watering. It's not good.
Yeah, it's this weird noise that I make to like. Should I try to do it?
Do it.
That right there.
And then you go like this.
I don't go like this.
Yeah, then you go. You wipe your nose.
I go like this because my nose is like draining, so I itch it. And this is probably disgusting. People are like, "Who the heck?" I thought this was a professional, dignified podcast.
Respectable.
You guys are making pig noises.
You guys called me ladies and gentlemen in the beginning.
Yeah, that's something that needs to change.
Okay.
I admit that.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna do better.
Wow.
I'm gonna do better. Actually, a funny story. My buddy
impressed.
and I, we made a wallpaper when I used to work for Apple, and it was called, the wallpaper it said "do better" with a period.
Oh, I remember that.
And we actually sold that wallpaper online.
You did?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I still have it. It says "do better."
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do better this year
with the allergy season. Scratching of the throat.
Scratching of the throat. I can't help allergy season.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Do better with not yawning.
No, I'm not doing it. No, that's
then
part
what are
of,
you talking about?
I'm gonna do better without scratching my throat.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
I'm gonna try to like make sure I have the allergy medicine,
Right.
just kind of treat. I
Right.
think the problem is when I don't have the allergy medicine and I let it go too far, and then it gets
a wreck. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not gonna justify that one. That one sucks.
So pretty much what you're saying is you enjoy being annoying in your yawns.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Next one. We're at 31 minutes. But, I feel like, I don't even know how long our podcasts are. We said 30 minutes, but
around there.
I feel like they're around like
We've
45.
got 2. You have one left, right? 2 left?
I got 2 left.
Okay.
We'll go through these.
Okay.
The next one is the receipts in coupon storage. You store your receipts and coupons in the visor of your freaking car. And so when I go in there and I need to actually use the visor because there's sun,
yeah,
I put the visor down and literally I get paper cuts from how many coupons and receipts fall out all over. I can get in car crashes. I'm surprised I have not totaled your car by just the amount, the weight, the pounds of receipts and coupons coming out of that visor.
I'm trying to save our family money, and you are.
By the way, can I say another thing? I actually hate coupons.
I know you do.
That's another pet peeve. When we're at the store, I got a coupon for this. And just point it out. I'm like, babe, just pay the extra $1.
Hey,
like, it doesn't matter.
A lot of them are digital on my phone.
Oh man, I honestly don't like them. I don't care about saving the money with coupons. I think it's
hates it.
I hate it. I really do.
I'm all about it.
I really hate it. Actually, we used to carry cash a lot more than we do now. We haven't had this problem forever. But Lacey this is another pet peeve. We should make another part too.
Okay.
But she would get coins. Like to the dollar amount, and she's like, "Oh, I have 33 cents." And she's like
it would be like purse. 2 pennies. I'm like, I don't want 98 cents back.
And I'm just
let me find 2 pennies.
The lady the money. Please don't look in your purse for 2 cents. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, please.
I mean,
I don't
good.
like.
I'm not defending a thing, except for I'm trying to save us money. Come
I like
on.
coupons
Thanks.
online when you have like what is it, honey? Like what is the extension, honey or something?
Yeah,
whatever.
and that
where
finds
it's
them for you.
that's cool, promo codes, whatever. But when you're at the store and you're like pulling out these
I don't really do. You're so exaggerating.
Anyway, but the pet peeve mainly is the visor storage. Like, why?
Gotcha.
Why does that exist? You get that from your mom. I'm just letting you know
I
right
probably do.
Yeah.
I probably do. Oh man, this is fun. Number 4 for you. Losing your wallet.
Yeah, it's bad.
Misplacing your keys.
Yeah, it's bad.
every week, at least.
Yeah.
At least once a week. And we've tried many things, people. So if you want to give us more helpful ideas,
We've probably
you may comment below.
We've probably tried them, but
we've gotten you the AirTag in your wallet.
Yeah.
You can find
that actually was the best thing.
That was the best thing. We used that all the time.
But it fell apart. Like the wallet fell apart. Okay. Like it was actually a good wallet, but it's used and abused.
But it was one where you could put an AirTag in it.
I probably should get back to that.
Okay, we need to do that. And then your keys, you put an AirTag on as well, right?
I probably should. I have not.
That was our like.
I feel like the resources are there. It's just a matter of doing them.
Right.
Do better.
Right.
Yeah.
Because at least once a week he comes back and where's my wallet? It's usually in your pants, draped over the tub.
Yeah. And that's another reason why I like
from the day before.
So we actually bought this little tray from Target, and we have it right when we walk in. We actually also are finishing up our butler's pantry, and we have like a little mud room, and we're gonna have like a little storage thing there. So hopefully, like I'm just trying to have that muscle memory of putting my stuff back
once you get home. Drop the keys, drop the wallet.
Yeah, thanks to Atomic Habits, we're just changing our routines and stuff. Anyway, but yeah. I'm gonna admit that sucks. It does. The worst part is when like I leave the house and I forget my wallet, and then I'm like, crap, how am I gonna pay for lunch?
Right.
And I'm like looking for places that just take Apple Pay.
Right.
And that's a bummer.
It's a lot. You've scoped them all out.
Oh, I know exactly which ones they do, and so I just go there. It works out fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the funny thing, what I hate though, is I had to go to Costco the other day, and I forgot my Costco card, and I don't have the Costco card on the phone yet because there's issues. So anyway, I went there and. Because we have like the city. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm saying all this. But she's like, hey, I can't set it up because I need your ID. And I did not want to call Lacey because I could have she said, because anyone at home like take a picture of your ID? And I was like, no.
I refuse.
I'm not going to call Lacey because Lacey's going to be like, you left your wallet home again. And so I'm
at this point, I would probably
So what I did, I just said, can I just get a temporary like Costco card?
Justin.
And she said, sure. And I just did that and got my stuff and called it a day.
So as you can tell by that answer, it happens a lot.
It does.
A lot. Along with sunglasses on vacation and wedding rings.
Oh yeah,
hence the tattoo wedding ring.
I still have not bought new sunglasses from leaving them on. Where did I leave them?
New Orleans?
New Orleans. Yeah, I think so. It's a bummer.
All right.
Anyway, okay.
Last one.
Last one for me is oh my gosh.
Bring it on, baby.
Yeah, this is dumb. What? Lacey gets a fun size candy bar. Okay, they're already small as heck. Like, and she takes one measly bite out of it and leaves the rest on the nightstand, on the end table, not the nightstand, but like the end table,
right.
Like on the kitchen counter. And I'm like, Lacey, do you want me to throw this tiny piece of chocolate away? And she's like, no, I'm gonna finish it later.
Exactly.
And she always does finish it later.
I do.
Like, but the fact is that she can't just bite another bite.
I just needed a little bit of chocolate. A little bit.
You leave this much of a piece of chocolate on the counter.
Yeah, because I just didn't. I just needed that that craving of just like one little bite of my Snickers.
Oh my gosh.
Save the rest tomorrow.
Lacey needs like a fun size, like a piece of chocolate.
I've done
Actually,
that
this doesn't
for
know.
So
this annoys
long.
Cassidy too.
I know.
She'll see your little.
I know.
And the caramel's like kind of running out, and it's just like so gross.
Just throw it away, Lacey. Like
Seriously.
I'm talking to myself.
Seriously,
it's so dumb.
Just take a bite and throw the rest away.
It's so dumb.
Like,
but in my
really
mind, I'm like, I might finish that tomorrow, tonight. We'll see.
The fact that you want to finish it the next day as it's just sitting there makes no sense to me.
And
you know me, I like a clean counter.
Totally
I like
agree.
a clean workspace, clean everything.
So do I.
And so I love I don't like clutter. And so the fact is everything's clean, the counter's clean. And there's one piece of Snicker, half of a Snickers of half of a fun size. And half of a fun size, and the caramel's coming out of the counter. I'm like, this looks so gross.
I feel like I've done that since I was in high school though. It's so weird.
You did.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
It's just weird. I don't know.
It is a weird one.
It is. It's just those are
the pet peeves.
Those are it.
Okay,
and here's your last one. You ready?
Yes.
Last one. Here we go. Buying things with the thought of, I can just return it.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Drives me nuts.
It's great.
Drives me nuts.
It gives you freedom.
Because I get it. Like, yeah, oh yeah, if this doesn't fit, I can return it. I get that. That's not what I'm saying.
Wow, I just hit the mic with my coffee.
Yes, you did. My thing, I forgot another one. We do need a part 2.
Okay,
Spilling coffee. Okay.
Yeah, we'll make a whole list. We'll do part 2.
But here's the thing: you buy things all the time, and you're like, I'll probably return it. And like, why are you buying it? Well, I just want to see, just in case. And you'll buy like 5 of something to test them all out. And I hate returning things. I hate it. I hate returns. They drive me nuts. It gives me anxiety. Like, if I know I have to return something, I will get it done like literally the next day, because I just don't like returns sitting around, because I'm like, what if something happens to it and I can't return it, or I go past the day. And Justin like lives on the edge. It's like, this had to be returned, you had 30 days, day 29, he'll return it,
Sometimes I'll wait till day 32 and I'll just email them and say, hey, can I get it in a couple of days? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Makes no sense to me at all.
The thing about it is, we literally have a bin in our house. Actually, it's in our studio, and it's labeled
I'm looking at
Amazon returns.
He's like, look at this. This bin's for my Amazon returns. I'm like, kill me now. We have a bin now.
I want to say one thing. I'm very responsible with my returns, and so I'll leave if it's closed, I'll leave tags on. Like, I want to make sure it can be used again. I don't just I'm not buying something to use and then return. That's not my thing.
Not at all.
My thing is like, sometimes I don't know exactly what I'm looking for,
right?
And so they have several different brands, and so I need to see them here to actually look at the quality of it, and then I'll send the four back and keep the one. That's kind of what I do.
It is. Yeah. I agree with that.
So
but my thing
I'm
is
being responsible with it. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to use this for 30 days and then return it.
No,
that's
at all.
Not me at all.
Not at all. Yeah.
People do that, and I think that's irresponsible.
Right. And I totally agree. But my thing is, I'm like, if I don't know for sure, because I will research things forever. You know me. I've been looking at phone cases, and I still haven't bought one for a new phone I'm going to get for the past week.
Finally getting her iPhone 14, and literally we've been watching, what is it, 1823?
Yeah.
A show? Is it 1823?
1883.
I always forget the date.
I know. It's
hard.
sad.
And I'm like, are you watching the movie or looking at phone cases for the last 2 nights?
I still haven't decided on one.
And the last,
because what if I don't like it? I don't want to.
And the other day you're looking at like Somo bras or whatever.
But that's the thing though, is you're just okay, whatever. I'll purchase it. Like, I can return it if it doesn't work out. But for me, I'm like, I don't want to deal with the return, so I will research and figure out forever until I know this is what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do the same thing though. But there's sometimes when you do research, there's like 5 or 6 things that people review, and they're like, oh, these are great. And you're like, well, I have to know for myself.
Okay.
Which one's great.
All right.
So it is a thing. Guys, those are our pet peeves.
Part A.
Part 1. I think we might do a part 2 with us, and I think we might even do like a Disney one.
That'd be kind of fun.
That would be fun, because I'm thinking of like 5 already that just irritate me in Disneyland. Not so much Disneyland, but just crowds and people and
what they do.
Things.
Oh!
Oh my goodness! How did that what
fall?
happened? So if you're watching, you probably saw this, but if you're not watching, literally we have like a shelf above us that have like Disney stuff on there, and a mug just fell on me.
I have no idea how that fell though. It was laying completely straight. Like,
that is sketchy. Is there like a little critter up there, like just like pushing things off?
Did you see anything up there, Tucker? Did you do that?
Did you throw it? What?
No, he didn't. That's so weird.
Okay, so
anyway,
that was very scary. And what is this?
I don't know. Oh, it
goes on top. It goes on top of this.
Maybe it was sitting on something weird. I don't know. Anyways,
guys,
we're alive.
We're alive, and this is what we love about the podcast, is that we don't edit these. We are just going for it. It's real time. It's like if you were here with us. So anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on the Z Roll podcast. If you want to comment and engage, go to our YouTube channel, Our Z Roll, and you can do that. We have a playlist for podcasts. We may actually move our podcast to a different YouTube channel, but we're still kind of thinking about that. Not sure about it. So as of right now, it's still on our Z Roll YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram as well, at Our Z Roll. Is there anything else we want to talk
Oh, I
about?
was just gonna say this was fun because like
This was a lot
we'd
of
done
fun.
one on like marriage stuff, parenting, and so like this was kind of like it was just
Yeah.
fun. Like my eyes are still watering from laughing.
Yeah.
So it was good.
I mean, look at this. We're
And-
coming into 45 minutes of pet peeve content.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
It was fun.
And we had mugs fall on us too.
Yep.
So what a day. What a day.
We hope you guys enjoyed. And if you can relate with any of these, or if you would just want to be like Team Lacey on everything, you can say that as well.
We all know it's going to be Team Lacey. Team Lacey or Team Justin?
Just kidding.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time on the Z Roll Podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye.